would talk about her a lot, and it was just not gonna happen. And my second thing is I have an outline. I make no promises on going with the outline either, because I am very just kind of go with it. Don't really ever have a plan. So we'll see.
It's very, very true.
Yes, but that's not what. Well, it kind of like how I'm getting to what I'm talking about is because of girls' ministry, and it opened up a lot of doors as well. So there we go. So if you know me well, you know that I am very, very missions minded. Like, it's a really big deal for me. And a lot of it started on my first trip to Haiti. I had gone to other mission trips before, but Haiti opened a whole new world for me after my parents divorced when I was in 8th grade. And so the verse that I'm going to be kind of bouncing off of is actually the verse that this organization called My Life Speaks is founded on, that is located in the village in Nepali. And the verse is 1 Thessalonians 2:8, and it is because we loved you so much, we were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. And this verse, when I heard it, the Lord was just like, I know how reserved you are about going to Haiti, because I didn't want to go. I was literally like, no one is getting me on that plane. I'm going to turn around and walk off, and none of you are stopping me. I have family in Nashville. It's going to be great. And so I heard that verse, and the Lord was like, you have no clue how much impact this one verse is going to have on you in this week. And so, and it did, and I'm going to go into a little bit about what happened. We got off the plane in Port-au-Prince. If you've ever been to a foreign country, I'm sure it's this way too. I've only been to Haiti, so it's my only experience with it. But it smells disgusting. It is nasty. I literally looked at Mike Wilson, who I adore, who founded My Life Speaks, and said, I'm going to hate this week. And he looked at me and said, you are going to be the last person on the bus when that bus pulls away to leave. And he was right, and I'll get to that. But, so we started the week, and we do on Sundays, we arrive Saturday, and on Sundays we always do like a little church service. We have a mango tree outside of our facility. And before we go to the mango tree to have the main service with all the villagers who want to come, we have like a small kind of Bible study thing for the kids. And I was put at the craft table, and it was our last round of kids coming through, and this little 3-year-old girl just like walked up through the door, got done doing recreation, and she and I just locked eyes. And I was like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. Beelines for me while all the other kids like scatter and know all about the room, and just plops herself down in my lap. And I was like, yes ma'am, whatever you want to do is fine. And so she sat in my lap and did her craft, and then we got up to go outside to the mango tree, and she just throws her hand out. And I was like, okay, we're going. And she led me outside and made me sit with her on the carpet that we had laid out. And so the service is over, and her big sister comes and just takes her away, and they go home to have lunch. We go back inside to have lunch and talk about what's going to happen for the rest of the week. And that was the last I expected to see of this little girl. And the Lord was like, oh, you're so funny. You have no clue, hun. And so the next day, we have kids in the village that go to school, and like the bus comes. It's 7 in the morning. It's a great time with the goats and the chickens. It's wonderful, wonderful sounds to wake up to. And so she's not in school at the moment, and so we just go outside on Monday. We had something planned, and it got moved around. I don't remember why. And so we just went outside, and some of the younger kids were outside playing, and she's there. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is this little girl that I saw yesterday. And she, again, just beelines straight towards me. The entire week, this little girl beelines towards me. Every time she sees me. Her name is Keshanora, and I wish I had brought a picture, because y'all, she is the cutest child. Oh, I love her. And so the entire week, she just beelines. She got upset with me during feeding program, which is, they have a feeding program for the kids in the village whose parents can genuinely not provide for their children, because there are some families that can provide, but we have a feeding program where they get a meal and a drink once a day. The majority of the time, it's the only one. And so that day at feeding program, I went and sat with another little girl who I had caught outside because Keshanora was running late. And she got so mad at me because because I was not sitting with her at the table. And I was like, I don't know what else to tell you. You can come sit with us. And she ignored me the rest of the day because she was so upset with me. And so, forwarding a little bit, spent every day with this little girl. And like every night, like I would just kind of think about like what I did that day, and it always had something to do with her. And like the most precious day for me, she fell asleep in my lap one day. And like my whole world stopped, and the Lord was like, you're getting it. Like you're not fully there, but like this little girl, she has a lot for you. And so fast forward to our last day, I didn't actually think I was gonna get to see her because we left fairly early. And so we are walking to our house kids' houses, which is like the kids in the village who don't have a family and who the majority of the time has some sort of special needs. And so there are families who can't have children that have taken them in because in Haiti, special needs is voodoo, and they don't want to have that because it's from the devil and they don't want anything to do with it. And so we were leaving these house kids, the houses, and we're walking back to the facility to get to the bus that's going to take us back to Port-au-Prince to board the plane. And we walk by her house, and she just kind of like stops what she's doing. She's playing with her cousin, and I look at her and I'm like, oh my goodness, Kesh. And she runs straight towards me, and I'm bending down, have my arms open, and I'm not a crier. Like it's just not in me to do that. And the Lord was just like, open up the waterworks. And I sobbed for 30 minutes, was the last person to climb the bus when we got ready to go. And Mike Wilson looked at me and said, I told you were gonna be the most changed on this trip. And I was like, okay. And so the whole bus ride back, the Lord kept putting this verse on my heart of, because we love you so much, we were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. And the Lord just looked at me and was like, I know that you are struggling with loving people, but that is what I have called you to do in this world. You're going to love people, and you're gonna share my world, and you're gonna live life with these people. And like girls ministry, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is a big deal to me. And a lot of it has to do with my girls minister I had in high school. But Haiti really, really opened that door to me because he was like, do you understand how you have gotten to this place of being okay with everything that has happened to you? Because I struggled with a lot of just like personal things. After my parents' divorce, I shut people out entirely. I was not ready to have them into my world, and the Lord was just like, you have to let them in. I'm not really giving you much option anyway, because you're going to be with them, and you're going to encourage, and you're going to mentor, and you're just gonna have this whole world that's gonna be full of people that you are going to live life with, because I've put you through all this hurt and struggle so you can live with them. And like, I'm gonna encourage y'all with a couple of things. Like, love people. I know a lot of the time you don't want to, because let's be honest, people are stupid. Like, there's no getting around it. People are just dumb. But like, no matter how dumb people are, like, love them. It's really the best thing you can do is just let them in and just like show them something that honestly a lot of the times they're not getting at home or in any other environment, and you have no clue how much you literally sitting with them for 5 minutes actually means. And I'm also going to encourage y'all, go on some form of mission trip. It does not have to be out of the country. I highly encourage out of the country at least once. It is not for everyone. Not everyone can handle it, and I understand that. But if you feel led, like, do it. It is worth it, and it will change your world forever. Or do a local. I've been to Arizona twice. I love Arizona. But the Lord has left my heart in Haiti. And so, like, I just encourage